Hello everyone, and this is me, Pedro Julián Amaya Muñoz, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Unit 2, Cycle Tax 4. This is for Final Evaluation POA, English exam. Okay, so I'm going to start this speech talking about some questions request. The first one is what is the purpose of the exam? So I have chosen TOEFL exam to take aboard to this task. And the main objective is the purpose of the TOEFL IBT test is to evaluate the English proficiency of people whose native language is not English. The TOEFL IBT scores are primarily used as a measure of the ability of international students to use English in academic environment. And the question to this, what kind of people can take this exam? So I think this exam could take for different uh, type of people if they wish to get the level results and get to into the university studies, uh, travel around the world or whatever they want. So people from all the world which demonstrate their command of English language. Their rate skills level in English is between intermediate and advanced. And the most characteristic reflected is students who wish to study in a higher education institution, admission to its seat of English language learning program, candidates of scholarships and certifications, English learners who want to monitor this progress, and students to workers who applied for visas. In question 3, what is the main goal of this exam? The semi-full exam is to evaluate how well test takers combine their listening, reading, speaking, and writing skills to perform academic tests, even though the objective of ETS is to inform valid qualifications that reflect the capabilities of person who take the exam. This is question 4. What are the most significant characteristics of the exam? There are four important characteristics. One of them is make sure your ability to use and understand English, evaluate how you combine your communicative skills. If you also expect the results to be able to study board, and the score range is 91 to 100 points, potential characteristic, and at this level, a student English is at a solid upper intermediate advanced level. Academic reading and listening comprehension is high, and speaking and writing comes more quickly and sounds natural most of the time. Question 5. What skills are evaluated through the exam? The four most important skills are evaluated. So I think there are a lot of international exams that's approved with Cambridge University, and this is the most important: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Question 6. Give a clear and wide explanation about the type of question the exam has and what the scores you can get, the lowest score and the highest one. So this is the one of a chart for TOEFL score scales, and here we have in this part all the skills: reading, listening, speaking, and writing, and they have all the score ranges to from 0 to 30, and the levels are, if you get high level, you get 22 to 30 grades, and intermediate 15 to 21 scores, and the lowest is 0 to 14. So the listening is 22 and to 30 for high scores. The intermediate level, you get 14 to 21, and the lowest is 0 to 13. The speaking ability, you have good. This is not a really functable level, but could be average, 26 to 30. Third, it's not really good, but it could be capable and acceptable. The ability, it is from 18 to 25, and limit 10 to 17, and weak from 0 to 9. And writing, the good ability is qualified in from 24 to 30. Fair, it's 17 to 33. Limit is for 1 to 16, and the score of 0 that we had any of the former scores. Okay. In here section we have the questions. The reading has the 12-14 questions in each passage. There is a timing for 16 to 18 minutes. You can get a maximum 30 points. The listening, it has 4 and 6 lectures, 6 questions, and in each question have 2 or 3 conversations, and 5 questions each one, so it has to 16 and 80 minutes, and also maximum 30 points. And then we have a break, 10 minutes, and then we start again with the speaking skill. 2 independent stacks for integrated stacks. We have just 20 minutes. And each stacks to 30 points. And writing, we have 1 integrated stacks and 1 independent stacks. It has 20 minutes, so to 30 minutes, sorry. And for a really total to 230, 240 minutes in total points, 120. The questions in the regarding part of organize around 3 major question formats. Multiple choice format questions with 4 choices with a single answer. Reading questions contain more than 4 choices and more than 1 possible correct answer. Test takers are accepted to sort information provided in the question into the category chart of summary. Summary and chart questions are worth more than 1 point, and those questions are marked with the exact number of points they are worth. Chart questions could be with 5, worth up to 3 points, or 7 options worth up to 4 points. For the chart questions, there is a possibility for gaining partial credit. And in the part of the listening section, 4 question formats covered with multiple choice format. In this part, we can choice provided and only 1 correct answer. Multiple choice questions with 2 answers out of 4 possible choice. Question that asks test takers to other events or steps in a process. Chart questions require test takers to match objects or text to preset categories. In some question, part of the lecture conversation is repeated and the question refers to this particular part of the lecture and conversation. Independent speaking task. Test takers have to speak about familiar topics. Students are expected to provide an answer based on their own ideas, opinions, and experience, of course. And also, their answer should be clear and coherent. After hearing the question, students are given 15 seconds to prepare their responses and 45 seconds to speak. The listening is integrated also with the speaking, and the students in this part will first listen to part of conversation or lecture, and further they will be given the questions and 20 seconds to prepare their responses. And the speaking time for those questions is set at the 16 seconds. So first preparation time, it has 20 seconds, and then response time, it has 60 seconds. In the writing task, students just only have 30 minutes. It is an essay. In this task, the students are asked to write an essay that express and support their own opinions on a certain topic. The support should be based on the test taker's own knowledge and experience. This task is the same as the one in the paper-based and the computer-based TOEFL. The length of an effective essay should be minimum 300 words. The 7th question is give an explanation about the possible results. So TOEFL audits the score range for each of the 4 test sections, reading, listening, speaking, and writing, is from 0 to 30 each section, and is a separate measure, and each measure has its own scale. Therefore, the score obtained at section can be compared to other scores from the same section, but it is inappropriate to compare scores across the different sections. The reading and listening sections have a score by computer, and score range from 0 to 30. The reading section has 3656 tasks based on a reading passage from academic text and answering questions. The listening section has 34 to 51 texts based on the listening to lectures, classroom, discussion, and conversations, then answering questions. This is the speaker section, with each of 6 tasks is rated from 0 to 4. The sum is converted to a scaled score of from 0 to 30. And this is the ETS certificate test scores, rate responses, and evaluate how well you develop your topic and deliver your message in English. The rating section, you have text two tags are rated from 0 to 5. Then sum is converted to a scale score from 0 to 30, and the writing section is scored by evaluating the integrated writing tags to development, organization, grammar, vocabulary, accuracy, and completeness. Writing the independent writing essay on the overall writing quality, including development, organization, grammar, and vocabulary. Human writing multiple rigorously training rates score tests anonymously ETS rated and continually monitored to ensure fairness and highest quality. Okay guys, so this is all about the TOEFL test. I hope you can understand me, and thank you for hearing me, and see you next time. Bye bye.